Hi all, it's yet another main season. Aspirants have just written their prelims and are trying to prepare for their mains. So when they enter into their mains preparation, the major challenge any aspirant faces is how to prepare or what not to prepare. So what to prepare or what not to prepare, for all aspirants, a guiding light can be previous year toppers paper. So Team Enlite is bringing few paper analysis based upon our toppers copies. Before entering into this series, I would like to remind all our aspirants, all our toppers copies are available in our website www.enliteias.com under the heading resources. Please do visit our website and go through the toppers copy. Now coming to today's session. Today I would like to analyze 2024 CSE AAR3 Archit Dongre's ethics paper. So I'm not fully analyzing the entire paper. I'm trying to just showcase what he did or what you can do when such a question you are going to actually face in your mains. So this paper is the GS4 paper of Archit. So let's start going through the session. So here we have a particular question. The question is, what do you understand by job satisfaction? Identify any 5 indicators for quantifying the level of job satisfaction of a public servant in India. And how will the job satisfaction of a public servant manifest at systemic level? So basically you need to remember, you need to identify this particular topic of job satisfaction from which area it might have evolved. So the question setter want to analyze whether you know aspirants are well aware about the idea of job satisfaction. This comes under the heading of work culture. This comes under the heading of work culture. So how the work culture in an organization affects the functioning of a particular individual. So work culture basically means how well an organization is about or is working. So this particular idea is framed in this particular question. So job satisfaction means whether a person who is employed in an organization is okay with that job or not, whether he is happy with that job, whether he wants to innovate within the job. When a particular individual is happy, he or she will try to bring changes within the organization, or he or she will try to give their all to the organization. This is what job satisfaction means. This question becomes relevant in this particular era where a lot of civil servants are resigning from their job because they are unable to find that satisfaction within the job. Various issues that they face within the job when they enter into the service are acting as a hindrance for them in continuing with their job. So this particular topic is job satisfaction. So here Archit has tried to bring a simple explanation or simple definition for job satisfaction. He is saying it is the overall level of contentment of an employee with his position within the organization. So he has brought in a simple explanation of what job satisfaction means. This answer would have been better. This answer would have been better if he had tried to bring an example. So remember, If you are able to bring in a live example, if you are able to bring in a live example along with the definition, so he is saying it contributes to the overall job satisfaction, deals with the quality of job, but there are instances where a particular individual is satisfied with the job. So if you have live examples with respect to bureaucrats who have resigned from their job, or bureaucrats irrespective of many challenges like Ashok Kemka, he faced a lot of challenges within the organization, but in spite of the challenges he was able to uphold the civil service values because of his convictions, a strong conviction for the organization. So you can think of such examples, real life examples where job satisfaction is present, or as a result of challenges job satisfaction might not be present. So the second part of the question after the definition, the examiner wants Archit to explain any 5 indicators. He wants to explain any 5 indicators in public servant showcasing job satisfaction. So how can you analyze that a particular individual is satisfied with his or her job? He will be devoted to his work. He will be an individual with integrity. He would want the organization to grow. He would like to serve the people, the public. He would like to serve the public. So all these are manifestation or indicators that a particular individual is happy. He is enjoying the work. So once an individual is enjoying the work, it showcases that that individual is satisfied with the job. So just try to bring in any 5 indicators. Try to put yourself into the stand of that particular job. Means if you are in a particular job, how will your actions get manifested? If you are angry with your boss, if you see that every day you are harassed in the job, how it will get manifested? If you see that you love the job, if you put in hard work, your hard work is recognized, you are satisfied with the job. So how this is manifested? Think of any 5 indicators. It need not be standard indicators. Just put yourself into the shoes of the protagonist here and try to generate points. So this is what Archit has done within the time frame. One is the devotion to work. Second one is work-life balance. So individuals are able to give work-life balance. Then if we are able to see the next point Archit has wrote is performance assessment. Then he has written relations with peers. So when he is satisfied, his performance is always good. He or she will be in a better terms with their peers, with their colleagues. So there will be less conflict within the organization. So these points are overall behavior of the individual will be better. So he has tried to bring in few points with respect to indicators. So within the time frame, every aspirant will find it difficult to generate good points. But this particular question under work culture is an expected question. So you aspirants need to be prepared. You can brainstorm areas how work culture can get manifested within the organization. What might be the challenges if work culture is not properly maintained? How an individual will continue with their job? So such instances you can think of and generate examples, so that if you face such a sudden question also, you might be having few points to jot down in your paper. So the second part of the question after that is how it is manifested at the systemic level. So Archit has tried to encourage others to do well. So once you are happy with the job, You are happy means you would want others also to do well within the organization. Once your peers also do well, the organization will start growing. This will indirectly benefit you at the individual level also. That is what he is mentioning. Encourage others to do well. So accountability and transparency will increase within the organization. So these points, probability of values, these points he has tried to bring in within the limited time frame. So this was question number 1, which the examiner wanted Archit to explain what is job satisfaction and how it is manifested, or how we can say a particular individual is satisfied with the job. But this satisfaction was specifically, this job satisfaction, they are not asking with respect to private job. This is with respect to public life, or as a bureaucrat, how we can analyze that a bureaucrat is happy with the job. We have various instances of bureaucrats creating innovative solutions like Armstrong Palm. So he is an IAS officer who created a road, constructed a road with his own funds. It showcases that he is satisfied. He wants to give back to the society. When you are interested in the job, you will start loving the job and you will try to absorb the essence of the job. His essence of the job. What is the essence of a public servant? It is service to the society. So once an individual loves his or her job, they will try to fulfill the core objective of that particular job. So examples like Armstrong Palm, or examples like Ashok Kemka, this can be written in this particular question. So this was question number 1. Now moving ahead, we have got the second question. The second question, the examiner wants, in the second question, the examiner wants you to discuss the major values. Examiner wants to discuss the major values that a media person is supposed to uphold. So this particular topic comes under the heading of values. So application of values. So application in media life. So how media can bring changes in the society. You all know media is the 4th pillar. Media is considered to be the 4th pillar in a society. So how media can responsibly transform or bring changes into the society. This is what this particular question, what values a media person should uphold. So now just try to think as a common man what you are expecting, or what is the functioning of a media person. So they try to bring news. So what is the meaning of a news? They are trying to convey what is happening in a society. So through this, what happens? They are bringing transparency. They are questioning lack of values within the organization. They are trying to uphold the core values, the democratic values or the constitutional values. They are trying to support the marginalized sections of the society, trying to bring their need into the hindsight of the people in power. So basically media is trying to focus or trying to bring to the attention of the common man, bringing to the attention of those in higher echelons of the society, the bureaucracy, the various issues existing with the society. So why this question is relevant in this particular time? This is the era of paid news. We have instances of paid news. So various news articles that is functioning or happening or that we are seeing in this particular era, we can see that irresponsible news or news without any values or falsified news, false news are present in this particular time. So this era of where values are not showcased by media persons, this question comes into relevance. So how will you approach such a question? Here the core idea is you need to identify the values a media person is supposed to showcase in this society. You need not focus too much upon the democracy values. Here the core idea is once a media person is upholding values, automatically it will help in upholding democracy. So you need not focus too much on the rest of the question part. The primary focus in this particular question is how, if a media person is upholding values, it can benefit the common man. So let's see this particular question. So what Archit has mentioned in this particular question, Archit has tried to explain. He is calling the media the fourth pillar. This is a standard definition for media. So it can easily be generated within the time frame. He is trying to generate this particular example. So media is called as the fourth pillar of democracy. So he is mentioning it as the fourth pillar of democracy as it brings out the truth of the general public. Okay, so this is what a simple example. So how he can further enrich it? He can enrich it. Already this answer is a very good answer, but further enrichment means he can bring in live examples. He can bring in live examples like Watergate scandal. This happened in America, Watergate scandal. But if we are mentioning it with respect to India, we can mention instances like Bofors scam, or we can mention the 2G scam, or the Tahelka scam, All these examples, if these live examples of instances from our near past where media, due to their responsible reporting, were able to bring changes in the society. So this can be introduced. Now later on, Archit has brought in a flow diagram. So such diagram, when presented, these diagrams are basically value addition. These are value addition. So this is a prepared note. Actually, this particular value addition he had already prepared when he was studying for ethics. So he showcases that what a media is doing. It is bringing truth to the people. Media should be accessible. Media through digital media. It can present idea through various vernacular languages. So all sections, irrespective of their literacy level, all will be able to understand. There is efficiency and robust character. So such a presentation will enrich. It showcases that it creates a general feeling of wow within the answer, or the examiner will be much impressed in seeing such answers. So try to formulate such presentation or such flow charts or such pictorial representations. This need to be done when you are studying for that particular topic itself. So going through, he has been trying to bring in the basic qualities. He is trying to bring in the qualities of a media person. So he is explaining it with respect to the code of media ethics. One point he is mentioning is honesty. So these are the values that a media person, honesty. In the second page, apart from honesty, we are seeing that he has also introduced accountability. So media persons will be able to bring accountability within the organization, and also privacy. So privacy, this is a major factor in this particular era where media is not giving respect to the privacy of individuals. So this is another area where media can bring changes within the society. So this particular answer, Archit has been trying to bring examples or points from his personal experience, from what he has read, integrity within the organization, and he is concluding that answer, this particular answer, with the quote of Thomas Jefferson. He is quoting it with Thomas Jefferson. Information is currency of democracy. So basically he has learned this either for essay or with respect to GS3 information technology has already prepared this particular quote. So if you are able to learn, memorize short quotations of important personalities or thinkers, you will be able to conclude or bring it to conclusion or in the introduction part. This is another thing, another point that we can learn from Archit's paper. Okay, so this is the second question. Now coming to the third question and the final one that we are trying to analyze. So this particular question, the third one, it is about how educational systems can create responsible citizens. So you all know, for every individual, this question basically wants you to analyze how values can be inculcated or cultivated. Values can be cultivated at home. Values can be cultivated at school or educational institutions. Values can be cultivated through your interaction with your peers. Values can be cultivated through learnings from the thinkers or moral thinkers. So there are various ways values can be cultivated. This particular question, wherein the examiner wants Archit to explain how educational system can create responsible citizen. So what is a responsible citizen? One who upholds the basic constitutional values. So how these values can be cultivated in an individual through educational system. So just think of examples what an educational system can do. So in educational system, identify the stakeholders. Just think of the stakeholders in the educational system. Who are they? They are the teachers. So there are teachers, there are peers or your friends, there are various books. You interact with experts. You have your seniors. So all these are the stakeholders in a particular educational institution. So values are created in an educational system through your interaction with teachers, through your interaction with colleagues or peers, or through reading various books where good values can be cultivated. So this particular question wants you to identify how good educational system creates responsible citizens. So let us go through how Archit had tried to define this. So constitutional morality is above ordinary public morality and must be used in daily practice for betterment of society and public order. He is trying to link the demand of the question. Then he is mentioning a particular case of Joseph Shine case. He is trying to explain or link this particular case. That is a good thing. When he moves towards the demand of the question, so the role of education system, he is trying to bring role of teachers, role of value education or the books. Either it can be value education or it can be books. So here value education or moral classes, value education or moral classes. This can be through class or it can be through books. Good books of thinkers can cultivate this particular value system within an organization. The next side, when he is trying to explain, he is explaining that it can be through examples. Lead by examples. Teachers can create good values through meeting honorable leaders or experts within the organization. You are all familiar with this particular topic. Whenever our former president Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam went and interacted with the students across India and the world, they were actually captivated. This was a live example. You can utilize such examples. So here Archit is using the example of Kailash Satyarthi. So his efforts in removing child labor within the country or the society is showcased. So use such examples. Just think in your personal life, if you have experienced such leaders either in your school or in your college, somewhere you might have experienced this. So put yourself into the shoes here, try to generate points. So Archit has tried to bring few examples. Then through celebrating festivals, he is mentioning festivals. It will also bring values through educational system. So in schools, whenever we celebrate Independence Day, the Republic Day, or the other festivals like Holi, Deepali, etc., whichever we celebrate, it creates a general feeling of oneness within the society. These creates values, or it helps us in honoring our nation, in respecting our brothers. All these values are created whenever a festival is celebrated. So, and he is just concluding, thus educational institutions have an important role from grassroots. So he is just trying to give a simple conclusion linking educational system through grassroots level democracy. So these are the three questions that we are trying to analyze with the foresight, or how Archit, or what was his thought process. So when you are entering into your mains journey, identify few areas that you feel, based upon previous year question analysis, UPSC is repeatedly asking. Try to formulate few extra points for this. Try to generate few live examples or examples that you see across your daily life, and try to memorize it. Use it in your answers so that you will be able to generate good quality answer. So friends, this is an honest attempt on part of Team Enlite to showcase how the toppers, or what difference they did in their papers. So we have a continuous series of sessions wherein our faculties will be trying to dissect the papers of our previous toppers. Thank you all.